Hello, you're on time for New Vision TV News. I am Ruth Naseje. Now, President Museveni has offered a major concession regarding the proposed land amendment bill that should reassure even the bill's harshest opponents. If the president's proposal is included in the bill, it is likely to get support from more MPs, whether NRM or opposition.
President Museveni has offered a major concession regarding the proposed land amendment bill that should reassure even its hardest opponents. If the president's proposal is included in the bill, it is likely to get support from more MPs, whether NRM or opposition. About a week into his nationwide sensitization tour on land, President Museveni returned to State House, where he addressed the media on Thursday and made a major concession, limiting the areas in which the state can compulsorily acquire land to 4. Museveni said he now wants to limit the compulsory acquisition to land required for roads, railways, airports, and power transmission lines. The president said acquisition should not cover small things like building a police post, or else it would be abused.
Greedy people who want to loot in collusion with some people, maybe in the government, to loot the government by insisting on exorbitant and unreasonable figures. That's why, therefore, those who argue that there is no need for adjustment in the land law are wrong. There are people who do not care about Uganda. They don't care whether these projects are done or not. And some of them are part of the racket of stealing from the government. So that's why we want to say, yes, we shall compensate you promptly. But if you don't agree with the government valuer, first take the money which the government valuer has established for you, go to a tribunal. If the tribunal says that you deserve more money, then we shall top up.
Since the land amendment bill was temporarily withdrawn for consultation, politicians on either side have been drumming up public support for or against the amendment to enable government take over private land for public works before agreement by the owner, as long as a sum of money determined as composition by the government valuer is deposited in court. Museveni has over the past week been armed with several cases of individuals who sabotaged public infrastructure works by demanding astronomical amounts, which he likened to Chinyankole analogy of a dog's horn, to show the near malicious intention of landowners who in many cases are speculators who acquire the land cheaply after knowing that the government project is earmarked for the area. As the land debate rages, the Judicial Commission of Inquiry, led by Justice Catherine Bamugamirire, has been unearthing shocking cases of land grabbing by business people in connivance with public servants and inflating the price for compensation. Similar shocking revelations were unearthed by this previous Bamugamirire Commission, which probed Uganda National Roads Authority. Many MPs, including those in the ruling NRM, have been against the amendment because of the way it has been perceived as an open license for government to take away land from owners. MPs fear not only for their land, but also to be voted out by a suspicious public. The limiting items for which land can be acquired compulsorily to roads, railways, airports and power lines, Museveni has provided a relief and solution which, if well explained by the leaders, should ease the fear and suspicion that had been sown. At the State House press conference and call-in, Kampala Minister Betty Kamya disclosed that while some leaders sabotage public works like Ken Luchamzi, who called on squatters to get pangas and cut anybody trying to build a drainage channel in Kawempe, MP Latif Sebagala had convinced landowners to surrender a bit of their own land each for a road to be constructed without expecting any compensation. The landowners have benefited by the property prices in their areas rising by 2 times in 2 years. By Museveni yielding such a major concession, NRM leaders should have no problem selling the amendment to their supporters and believing in it themselves, since they are the ones who ultimately will vote and ensure that it passes.
And in our sports news, the Butembe head coach Mike Sebagala has rallied his players to put up a spirited performance when they host Burnhall in a do-or-die second-round Group B match of the Busoga Masaza Cup football competitions this Saturday. Both teams went for a 3-3 draw after Butembe surrendered a 3-goal lead in the first leg. Meanwhile, Bugabula top Group D for the first time with 7 points following their 1-0 street revenge win against Buzaya. Bugabula now looks to make double against bottom side Luka to cement their place to the quarter-finals of the competition. You're still watching New Vision TV, and in our daily Pearl of Africa series, we take a look at the white egret. Now, Uganda has a total of over 1,000 bird species. These are concentrated in forests, lakes, the sky, and even the mountains. Today, we look at one of the most adorable bird species, the white egret, locally known as Enyange. The egret is loved and treasured because of its white feathers. It keeps immaculately clean. In fact, its name Enyange is non-massively used to depict cleanliness. Found in many parts of Uganda, the egret flies in large flocks, and their snow-white plumage is so fascinating to watch as they fly in a V-shaped formation. In Kampala City, you don't have to travel far beyond the center to see thousands of egrets, for they congregate at the Kabaka's lake. The locals have an old saying that if only the Kabaka wanted to enjoy his royalty to the full, he would only employ egrets to brew his beer. In fact, several laundry companies used to include the word Nyange in their names. For more Pearl of Africa stories, visit our website www.newvision.co.ug. And that's all we had for you. Thank you for watching. Be sure to catch more of your news updates on your mobile phone, on your desktop, on your tablet, and anywhere on the go by visiting our website www.newvision.co.ug. I am Ruth Naseje.